our listeners are in for a treat today. Let's just say
Actually, literally several treats, to be honest with you. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Several treats. Before we get into the treats, though, Kylie, are you drinking anything special today?
I'm drinking a treat, in fact. I sure am. This is,
yes.
Oh, look at how fancy that looks.
That looks so fancy.
It's just because it's separated. It's not supposed to be that way.
But it adds a nice aesthetic to it, though. Look at that.
Really
it looks
does.
foamy. Oh my God. If you guys are not watching this, you have to go on YouTube and see Kylie. Just for Kylie's drink today. Tell us what it is, Kylie.
It's so simple. I did a chocolate whey protein and peanut butter powder and milk. Oh. That's it. I mean, so stupid simple. Yeah. I just needed a little, I didn't eat quite enough at lunch, and I also needed a snack and a treat. So this is what we got. This is what we got ourselves.
That's
take note for later in our conversation, guys.
Yes, I was just gonna say that's such a nice little thing. I think a lot of people forget is that milk, and if you're not doing dairy, soy milk have 8 grams of protein in a cup.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
A great little. It's so underrated.
Yeah, and we use A2 milk here, and I tolerate it really well, so it's not been a problem. Yeah, little tidbit for you guys out there.
Yeah.
What are you drinking, Meg?
I have my usual smorgasbord, but today, because to honor our unhinged on another level energy today, we are just feeding it with full-on caffeine, which we don't usually do, but here we are.
Atta girl, Meg, is that coffee?
It is. I'm out of control today. Brace yourselves.
You are a new woman. What is happening? Wait a minute. I heard you before, but now I hear you. What do you? Somebody needs to check on you. Jason,
help.
She needs an adult.
We need extreme supervision today.
Oh,
Let's just say that.
Goodness.
Oh man, the shit.
Meg has never once, guys. Meg has never once gotten on this podcast and said that she's drinking coffee. Not even
not real people
snappy
coffee.
Tea.
Decaf coffee we've done with cinnamon, but yes, you're right. Not real people coffee. Not full on caffeine coffee.
I'm so proud. I love you. I do. This is great. Welcome.
Oh, thank you. It's not that I don't drink coffee. It's just when I'm already excited and hyper when we record our shows, the last thing I need is caffeine. But today, we said, yeah, that's where we are. We're
now, Meg, what do you put in your coffee?
I just was super basic. I just did a little bit of soy milk because
that's classic.
I can't drink it black. I would love to be able to drink it black, but we can't.
Hey, you want to know a fun secret for people who tolerate soy milk and go to Starbucks?
Yes.
As far as I know, my friend Krista actually taught me this. Starbucks uses their soy milk. So when you order soy milk in a drink, it's vanilla soy milk.
Yes, I've noticed that.
And so you can, sometimes I'll get if I get a latte, if I want something fun, I'll order it with soy milk, even though I don't usually drink soy milk, because it's slightly sweetened, but you don't have to add any sugar, any sweeteners, none of that stuff. Gives me a headache. But so listeners, you should know that you can't really tell it's soy at all, but you get that little bit of a flavor.
It is. That makes so much sense because I'm sitting here wondering,
nice?
Why are their matcha lattes so sweet? I repeatedly ask you. I'm the girl at the counter that's you're not adding any sweetener in it, right? There's nothing else that's going into it. Nothing. I mean, nothing. I don't want to see a spoon go in there. Nothing. And they're like, ma'am, calm down. We are not putting anything. That's why.
Ma'am, you're being that person, and I would like you to stop. Get out of my face. Respectfully.
You can't come back here. Please don't come back to our store. We do not want you in the store.
We're making your matcha perfectly, and we actually don't want to serve you anymore. Get out of here. But yeah, that's why. So if you are looking for something less sweet, don't use soy milk. And if you're looking for something slightly flavored and sweet, use it.
Nice. Oh, that's so smart. Good to know.
I know. Thanks, Krista.
Thank you, Krista. Thank you for bestowing that upon us. We love that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
So
we've got a good one today. We've got a good one today. You guys are stuck with just Meg and I. You're very welcome.
Which
but
is like, you know, I mean.
you know, here's what we thought about our episode for today. We have had phenomenal guests on the last few weeks, months actually. And a lot of them are nutrition experts, and we have had a tremendous amount of information about what you should, what you can eat, not eat, avoid, think about in order to sort of reach whatever it is that the topic was in terms of goals when that guest was on. So this might have been related to hormone health. It may have been related to digestive health or food sensitivities or sleep, et cetera, et cetera. And what Meg and I really came to realize is that, boy, there's a lot of things to know, except for the fact that when we really whipped in the face, but when you really look at it, what did we find, Meg? It was like
there's several common denominators, Kylie. That's what we found.
It's like exactly the same information with like a slightly different twist, and then room for people to like have obviously different preferences and specific dietary needs, you know, come and go. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk to you about a meal planning episode. And we're going to go over sort of like a day in the life. And this is, I guess it will be a lot of what Meg and I do, but it'll be a really, this is how I want you guys to listen to this. I want you to think of it as a foundation, right? Yeah. Meg and I are giving you ideas of their ideas. That's it. If we say like we're doing salmon and you really hate salmon, don't take that idea, but keep the foundation. So kind of look at it from a little bit of a bigger view instead of the details. And then we'll tell you when the details are really important, right? Yeah. So if you hate salmon, put in a protein there that works for you. Like that's the way that we want you to be listening to this as we go through, because I think if you do, you stand to have a really solid foundation for something that you can be inspired by, and then go into the weekend for your meal prep and get ready to go for next week. Meg, are you ready? What do you think? Anything else to add?
I am ready. And I think I'm really excited. I think we got two dietitians here doing what dietitians do best, and we're going to do a little meal planning. And
yes, we do.
I'm excited. So just so you all know, this is totally on the fly. We did not plan any meals ahead of time. We wanted to do that with you guys. And we have, well, although Kylie has one suggestion, somebody had submitted their suggestion for a meal idea, so we're going to use that too, but that's the only one that we know that we're using.
Yes, in true Kylie Meg form. We're on the fly. We get our best selves this way.
We really do. I think so too. That's how it
100%.
Goes. Okay, so for drum roll. So that was such a good drum roll. Oh my God. I'm blown away. I'm blown away. What are we doing podcasting and telling people how to eat? You should be the drum roll lady on the commercials. Damn. What are we even doing? Side hustle. Okay. So for those of you who eat breakfast, which actually, let's discuss the first like base rule that I think we're probably both going to be working off of, that is the common denominator of all the things that we've talked about. Good quality food, right? That, would you say that's like the number one, right?
Yeah, it really is. It's simple, right? The things that you put in your body, including all of the things that don't have a landing place in your body that have to then be eliminated, which takes work and energy and resources from your body. It has to go somewhere.
Right. And I think I said good quality food, but I think I was also talking about like high quality nutrients is more so what I meant. I think, but both work.
So nutrient dense, as much bang for your buck when it comes to nutrient density. Yes. Right.
Yes. Right. So I would always get confused before I knew what this meant. So maybe we should just break down. Like I know we talked, it is high nutrient, but basically what we're saying when we say nutrient dense food, we mean a good example, I think, is if you're gonna get 100 calories from something, let's compare like, I don't know, one of those 100-calorie like dried raisin snack things, I don't know, and like a banana. I don't know.
Yes.
Right? Which one do we think is more nutrient dense? And you can probably tell because of the way that I said it.
Meg, why don't you tell us
this shit over here or this one over there?
You know what? Wait, let me expand on your example because I actually heard somebody say this before.
Okay.
In a CrossFit gym, they said, I'm going to eat a Snickers bar because it's the same number of calories as a banana.
Oh, no. Oh,
okay.
What a poor soul.
Yeah. So I think that's a really clear example. Let's clarify something too. Mm-hmm. We love a Snickers bar.
We do. Not okay. Snickers. No.
Not at all. Not the point. But I think in the context of this conversation, our point is that the calories are actually not the most important thing. That's not the point at all. The point is what is in that ingredient list and what nutrients does that item provide. And so I'll let you keep going with your example, right?
No, that's perfect. I don't even think I use that example because a lot of people get confused between like, oh, it's fruit, but it's dried fruit, right? So you're getting the 100 calories of the dried fruit versus the fresh fruit, but it's so much more dense. So there's more sugar in there. There's maybe not as much fiber because of the processing, but if you get the whole banana, and there's not as many nutrients in there because of the processing either, like the vitamins and stuff. So,
that's exactly right.
So, yeah.
Brian has a real love-hate relationship with dried mangoes. He just could eat the whole family-size bag in like 2 days. Damn. And then also has this like childhood hangover of love for raisins. The man loves raisins. So crazy.
What? I do too, though.
He loves them. And every time he goes, remind me again why I can't have raisins. And I tell him, you can have raisins, just know. I'm not demonizing raisin.
No. Okay, so let's dive in here. So if we were trying to plan a meal for us, like a day of meals for ourselves, I assume most of us would start with breakfast. I know we all don't, but for the sake of generalization, I feel like that's what we should call it. First meal of the day, breakfast.
I like it.
Yeah. So let's start. Our suggestion that we had come in for this episode was almond butter on toast with fruit. And if we feel like being fancy, some whipped oat cream, which we absolutely always feel like being fancy.
We always feel like being fancy.
So
thank you.
Definitely the whipped oat cream. Now, Kylie and I don't know what this is. Do you know what this is, the whipped oat cream?
While you're looking, this is my guess. I think it's just like whipped cream, but from oat milk.
Oat milk.
You could get it in like a spray.
Oh, you can get it in a spray? Oh.
Or I imagine you could get like oat cream and then whip it.
Yes. You could probably do it with coconut cream too, because I've seen coconut cream more than oat cream.
I've seen them both.
You've seen both?
Okay. And if you don't have a problem with dairy, guys, honestly, one of the best things it's so easy. Heavy whipping cream, little whoop of maple syrup, whip it up. And by whip it up, I mean I put it in my NutriBullet, and like in 10 seconds you have fresh whipped cream. It is amazing. Awesome. So good. You could do that with any of those creams, right? Because you too should always feel fancy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here's the thing. The fanciness is a must. I feel like fanciness is built into a high quality, high nutrient diet. Like that is the ultimate.
You can't help it.
Fancy. I was going to say the ultimate fans.
I knew where you were going with that. That was good.
Oh, I'm glad someone did, because here we go. Here, the caffeine's kicking in, everybody.
There it is, guys. There it is. So that's a great idea. The idea of having, toast with almond butter and fruit. Now,
and fiber toast, if you can, would be great. Get more nutrients in there.
Honestly, that would not be enough protein for me. It's probably not only thing that this person is having as a meal. We know who this person is.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely either part of a meal or as a snack would be a great idea, actually, as like a snack
Totally.
to have in between. What do you normally do for breakfast, Meg?
Oh my God. Well, so I'm going through a phase where I could really use this episode for myself, actually, because I'm really going through a phase where I am just like so uninterested in like food. Not to eat. I'm definitely still hungry. I just mean like I'm so uninterested in like putting the time and the planning into meals. And I go through one of these phases every now and then because, as you can imagine, when you meal plan and cook all the time, you just eventually get to a point where you're just like tired of it.
Yes.
So what I've been doing lately is just like some really basic oatmeal. I throw in some well, Jason likes peanut butter, so we have that in the house now. So oats, peanut butter, I do frozen blueberries, and then I do whatever seeds during my cycle. So now I'm in my luteal phase, so I'm doing sunflower and sesame seeds in there, but in the other phase I do the pumpkin seeds and the flax. And if I feel like I need a little more, I'll add chia or hemp seeds in there. So we're like really heavy on the seeds.
That sounds yummy.
In my oatmeal. No, it's super yummy, and it's something I don't really ever get tired of. So my breakfasts have been super boring, but it's an example of even when you get tired and you like don't have time, this oatmeal literally takes me 2 minutes to put together in the morning. That is it.
I love this idea. This is also, listeners, an amazing idea for those of you who have to do things quickly and on the go. You could put all of this in a container, I imagine, even the night before without even the liquid, right? Take it with you if you had to and nuke it if that's what your day required for you, and you would still get such a nutrient dense. There's just very little excuses at this point, I think, for people who, if you don't like eating breakfast and you actually are okay and that is a supportive choice for you, fine. But for those of us who need to have it and it's not supportive to skip that meal, there's so many options, right? So that's a really, really, really good one. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh yeah, I forgot. I do put protein powder in there sometimes when I have it on board, when I have it in stock. We do throw a little protein in there.
Getting enough protein in the morning, first meal, and it is so essential. That I'm gonna pull that out for you guys as a detail. So however you want to change the components of what you heard, for example, in that oatmeal, making sure that you have enough protein.
Oh, so vital. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's just going to make or break your day. If you start your day out, for example, okay, let's take Meg's example. If you start your day out just with the oatmeal and fruit, no seeds, no peanut butter, no protein. Oatmeal, fine. Fruit, fine. You're not getting much more than a lot of carbohydrates, though. You need that fiber, you need the fat, and you need the protein, and you get all of that in the seeds, the peanut butter, and the protein powder. Now, you don't have to choose all three of those. You could pick and choose the pieces of that, right? That makes sense and feel good to you, but you got to get all of that stuff in. This is where oatmeal starts. People have so many dramatic opinions about oatmeal in the morning. Jesus, shocking.
Yeah, I have some people too who also will make their oatmeal with an egg in the morning, meaning they'll stir the egg in there and put it in the microwave, and that's how they get their protein.
Yeah, or egg whites, right?
Right, or egg whites. Yeah, I'm not brave enough to do that. I just feel like I don't know if that would work for me, but if you're brave enough and it doesn't bother you, then it's a great way to get some more protein in that oatmeal.
Yeah.
So so what do you do for breakfast then, Kylie? If we're talking really wanting to get some good protein in there and some lots of nutrients, what are we doing in the morning over at your residence?
I'm a big fan. For me, the thing that works really well are actually either chicken sausage or organic ham slices or turkey bacon and eggs. That for me feels the most settling, the most grounding, the most filling. So what I'll usually do is I'll eat any number of those over mixed greens or arugula. I love arugula, actually.
I fucking love arugula. Oh my
It's so
God.
good.
It might be my favorite vegetable.
It's so tasty, and it's light in the morning. It's light, and it's got a little bit of a taste, but it's not too overpowering. And then if I do my eggs kind of like dippy, you don't even need I don't put anything on it. It just kind of does it on its own. Or sometimes I just have it totally separately. Just a tiny little, like, enough to have some sort of greens. Maybe I'll put a little avocado or olive oil on it, something like that. That works really, really well for me. This morning I had some chicken sausage with blueberries, and each bite I did a little chicken sausage and a blueberry. And that was, every bite was like perfectly curated. It was a moment. I was having a moment this morning. But I like berries. I like berries in the morning as well. Yeah.
Berries in the yeah, let me tell you, I'm having orgasms for arugula over here and for berries in the morning.
I'll also, this is one that I'll do sometimes too, though. I'll do like an organic full fat yogurt with I'm looking around like they're here. Cacao nibs.
Ooh,
because they are in 3 tablespoons, which is actually a lot. It's almost too much. It's a lot. Yeah, I normally just do 2, but 3 tablespoons is 9 grams of fiber in 3 tablespoons. So to get even, okay, let's say you just did 2, you're getting 2, you're getting 6 grams of fiber in like chocolate. You know, it's so tasty, and I like texture in my yogurt a lot.
Yeah.
So that too. I like that. And maybe I'll do berries or walnuts or something in there too. So kind of like, guys, that's another example. We took Meg's kind of oatmeal. I swapped it out for yogurt and did nibs and walnuts instead of seeds and seeds.
Yeah. And seeds.
You know, so just as an idea of how I want you to start thinking about how you can craft what makes perfect for you.
Yeah. All right, so we got lots of ideas for the morning then. So that's our first kind of start to the day, making sure we get our proteins in there. And we also, in each one of these, made sure to get some kind of vitamins and minerals, like through the fruit primarily. But you could also do veggies in a smoothie or an acai bowl, or I really like to do, if I switch, depends on if I have I change around my plant milks. Like some weeks I'll do soy milk, some weeks I'll do flax milk with protein, you know, vice versa.
Yeah.
Whatever. So if I'm not doing soy milk in the house, then I'll do like a tofu scramble with veggies. And
yum.
That's for when I feel like I have more time, though. It's definitely not like a, you know. And then if I do have soy milk, I'll do pumfu. Have you heard of pumfu?
I've never heard of that in my life.
I came across this somehow. I can't remember who brought this to my attention, but there's a product.
Can you spell it?
Yeah, P is in pump or purple. U M as in Mary. F U. Pumfu. Yeah. Okay. So it's like tofu, but it's made entirely of pumpkin seeds. And this thing's got like 14 grams of protein in like a third of a block or a half a block, maybe. It's like,
oh my God.
Yeah. And the only ingredient is pumpkin seeds. So it's not like this. I mean, yes, it's processed, but it's not like this conglomerate of all this
filled with a bunch of stuff.
No. And so the only thing about it is like because it's made from pumpkin seeds, it has a green like tint to it. So if you're aesthetically not good with that, I mean, it might not work for everybody, but to me it just blends in with the veggies, you know. I'm just like, we do it in a veggie scramble or something.
That sounds so yummy.
Yeah.
How interesting. Yeah, good idea.
I just don't I'm like the master of figuring out how to finagle protein into my diet because I just don't love like typical protein foods.
I know you don't. This is perfect for people. You and I eat similarly, but somehow very different.
But very different. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
It is great. It's a good example of how there's so many ways that you could still eat well. You don't have to follow one specific way.
Exactly. Exactly. I love that. Great idea.
Cool. So
Okay,
we got
what do you
breakfast.
normally do? Do you normally have a snack between breakfast and lunch?
It depends on the day. I feel like if I'm hungry, I will. But usually
Mm-hmm.
I'm working, so usually not. But if I'm
Yeah, same.
right, so okay,
Yeah.
let's say I don't know if we have a snack. Let's pop a snack in here. So what snacks are we eating?
Mm. I love, just like I mentioned for my drink today, I like a protein drink.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, Meg, I'm not a smoothie person.
Yeah.
I wish I was. I think it would make things easier, but I don't. I don't know. I'm not a smoothie person.
I
I
totally
do
get
like a protein drink though. Like I just
it.
blend it up in my little NutriBullet, or I just shake it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I feel good about. I
Nice.
don't really know what the major difference is, but
I think I could get on board. I totally get it. I'm also not a smoothie person, but for convenience, I make myself do it.
yeah,
Purely for convenience. But
totally.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So we're doing what do you put in your protein drink then? Just like what you said earlier, the chocolate protein and the milk?
Normally, I will do at least that. Oftentimes, I'll make it with kefir instead of milk,
Such
and
a
then
good idea.
I normally have some like basic gut health pieces on board as well. So I like using. We don't have to get into all of the supplements. I normally add a couple supportive gut supplements. Some that are my own, some that I am developing right now, and some that I just buy from other people. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, the basics that I like is simple. And if I want a vanilla, I use the vanilla protein.
Nice.
And I use whey. I like whey protein. Works well for me. It's simple ingredients. I can find ones that don't have a bunch of stuff in it, and it feels best on my digestion for me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I wish I could do whey. It just bothers me. Ugh. Anyway. But I like to do I think it goes back to our rule about being fancy. If I'm gonna do a snack, I need to feel like a queen as I'm snacking. So I'm a big fan of like snack plates. Like my favorite, right? My favorite thing to do is we'll do like some figs and some olives and hummus with some veggies. Like we'll really get, oh yes. I usually probably wouldn't do this in the morning because I need, like if I'm having a snack in the morning, it's going to be like quick, but we like a lot of fanciness in our snacks. So
I love a snack plate. I have to be honest with you. Tiny little dishes all on one plate.
Oh my God.
Like stuff in them. Oh, yes. So good. Yeah.
Like a little mid-afternoon tapas, like a little tapas.
And it can be actually super convenient to do it that way, particularly if you need this on the go. Or at work, or like for a child, whatever it is. Yeah. You could put all your little things. It's like a little at-home bento box, isn't it?
Oh my God, totally. You know where I got this from is because I am a millennial baby and grew up on Lunchables, so we can't let that go very easily.
I remember wanting Lunchables for dance camp so badly, and we were never allowed to have them because they were too expensive. And then we finally got them, and I had the chocolate syrup like pizza ones where instead of sauce it was chocolate syrup, and then you had M&Ms instead of cheese. And honestly, to this day, I can still taste the cardboard. Like I made myself love it, but they are gross.
They're super gross. However, we now as adults have the opportunity to remake them in non-super gross ways. So
adult Lunchables.
I'm living my best life, undoing the damage that Lunchables did through my little snack plates.
Amazing. All right, so after maybe a snack, maybe not, what do you do for lunch? What's lunch look like?
I usually do repeats of dinner. Just because I can't handle it. I just ask me to cook lunch and then also cook dinner. No. We're not doing it.
Don't ask.
No. I don't even cook dinner every night. I'm a big batch cooker.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then Jason will cook one night or 2 nights out of the week. So like we don't do that.
Yeah, I think you represent most normal people, actually. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that people have a hard time with lunch because of that exact thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I do one of two things. I either do leftovers from dinner,
Mm-hmm.
intentionally made, like
Mm-hmm.
intentionally make extras. It's
Yes.
never just a, oh, we happen to have leftovers, so I'll just eat
Right.
that tomorrow.
It's
I think
planned.
that's a mistake people make. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
make extra on purpose with the intent.
Yes.
Don't let other people eat it. It's
Nope.
intended for you tomorrow and the
Mm-hmm.
next few days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or I will batch cook lunch.
Yeah.
And I'll pick a protein, I'll pick whatever my veggies are going to be, and then I'm a big fan of like a bowl. I'm bowl life
No,
for
I
me.
love a bowl. Oh
Love a
my
bowl.
God.
And I'll
Mm.
just do whatever my protein is, try to get 30 grams. And then if the veggies are cooked, I just put it all in the same bowl, warm it up. Or what I've been enjoying over the summer, and this will probably transition into soups now. So
Mm.
you guys can think about that, right? Am I making
Mm.
a bowl out of this? Am I going to put broth over it and call it a soup? Am I going to just
Mm.
reheat a plated meal? That's how
Mhm.
you can start thinking about how you want to put it together.
Mhm.
But over the summer, I would take all of my veggies that I wanted to make a salad bowl out of, and I
Mhm.
just cut them, prep them, and put them in a giant bowl all for the whole week. And then I would just take, a couple tongfuls into my bowl, add my protein, done. I mean,
Oh,
done
so
in a
easy.
total of 3 minutes. That's
So
that's
easy.
it. Or I'm not having
Mhm.
lunch, or I'm
Yeah.
not doing it.
Yeah. In a bind, I have been known. Now, this isn't something that I would do all the time, but because we're talking about quality and also we have to find that happy medium between like a high quality diet, getting your protein in there, and vegetables and whatnot, and time. Um, on occasion, I always keep frozen veggies in the fridge for emergencies. My favorites are like broccoli, cauliflower. I'll do green
Always.
beans sometimes, but broccoli and cauliflower are my favorite frozen veggies. I don't mess with the frozen spinach. Mm-mm, that's not for me.
No, unless you're
No.
putting it in a smoothie, I feel
Right.
very similarly. Or a soup.
Yes. Or a
That
soup.
that'll go in a soup
Totally.
well. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I agree completely.
Yeah, totally. So we keep those in the fridge, and I also keep, again, because I don't love like actual protein foods. I keep frozen veggie burgers, but they're high. But like I really like the Hillary's brand or the Dr. Prager's brand, where there's not a ton of like shit in it.
Yep.
Um, for an emergency, I will always just, and we usually have like fresh greens laying around somewhere, whatever that is. So I might take like a handful of arugula if we have
Yep.
that, throw it in a bowl, throw this veggie burger in the microwave, cut it up, put it in the bowl, and then maybe do some defrost the veggies for more. Sometimes I'll throw two veggie burgers in there because there's no like starch outside of
Yeah.
that, and there's starch in the veggie burger too. So it's just
Yeah.
kind of like, huh. um, and or I might throw like a hard boiled egg in there maybe for like more protein on top of what's in the veggie burger. So again, not ideal, but the goal of that is that when you're in a bind, we're still using some whole foods like the eggs and the vegetables and
Mhm.
the greens. And if you have to use something processed out of necessity, you can filter it down to where you're eating like the lesser evil, I guess.
I think that I hear you say it's not perfect, but I actually think that's that's real though. That's real
Mm-hmm.
life for
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're representing real people doing
Yeah.
jobs and coming and going, and
Yeah.
I think that's a great example of how
Mm-hmm.
you can very easily beat yourself up and say, "Oh my god, it's not perfect. I didn't do a whole thing about it." And actually, like, it's a
Mm-hmm.
perfect solution.
That's a great point.
Because
Yeah.
if the difference is going through the drive-through at McDonald's or
Mm-hmm.
anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
Panera, I don't care, anywhere out,
Mm-hmm.
then it's actually a perfect solution to the problem that you had, which was not having enough time or understanding
Mm-hmm.
or whatever it may be. So I think that's an
Yeah.
amazing idea. Yeah. And for
Thanks,
those of
Kylie.
you, I love the idea too. I just did this today with frozen broccoli and cauliflower. I keep it on hand all the
Yeah.
time. It's a
Mhm.
staple because when you don't have something on hand, it takes nothing. I put them in the oven and I walked away and I just set the timer and the oven turned off and that was it. And then I forgot about them and I went, oh wait. And then they're done. So now we have 2 trays of veggies. They're actually still in the oven, but they're
It's
ready
off
to go
though, right?
tonight. It's off. It's off. And that's it. And I think that's a really smart idea. And it's so easy. Those things, even from frozen, what
Yeah.
does it take? 20 minutes
Oh my
with
God.
no effort at all.
If you want to get even lazier about it, all I do is I
Yes.
throw it in a bowl and cover it with water and pop it in the microwave for 3 minutes. And then I drain it. And that's it. Like sometimes then I'll throw like maybe some seasonings
Brilliant.
on there because it's, frozen vegetables have less taste. So it's like,
They do.
I add a little bit of something, something on there, but that's
why I roast them because they are a little
right. Yeah.
watery. They are.
Yes.
They're watery.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a really smart idea to have on hand for those weird off nights when you don't want to let go of your goal of eating nutrient dense meals for you and your family, but you also can't do the thing.
Totally.
So that's a great idea. Salmon burgers, if you are a salmon person, is also keep them in the freezer. Super easy. They cook from frozen really easily. Those will also probably air fry really easily too.
I would imagine. I feel like you could even, I've done this a few times with, was it a salmon burger? I don't know. There's a recipe that maybe it was salmon. I was making it for dinner and I made extra and I froze those. So you can do that too. You don't have to just rely on like only frozen food. If you have I say this because I have ADHD, so I do go through episodes where I am like, you've all seen it. I've been here during a hyper-focus episode and on this show, so you have seen it. So during those times, I might cook up an entire feast and then I'll just throw it in the freezer so that I have 4 times. I'm thinking of my future self. It's like, my future Meg is really going to appreciate this.
That's brilliant. That's a really, really smart idea. Yeah, I think people underestimate freezing things.
Yeah. Or think you need like a really huge freezer. We have the most ridiculously, I don't know if it's small or it's just not well put together, but there's just not a ton of storage space in there. But
oh my God.
If we can do it, you can do it. That's all I have to say with the freezer.
I think that's great. Yeah. All right. Now, in between lunch and dinner, I do normally have a snack.
Absolutely. What are we?
I normally do a handful of things. A protein shake is an option in there. I have been loving lately doing. Stay with me here.
Yeah.
Mary's crackers.
Love.
No, Mary's crackers or what's that other one that? Oh my gosh, I'll think of it. They are my absolute favorite.
Simple Mills?
Yes, thank you. Yes, yes, exactly. Simple Mills crackers are my freaking favorite. Okay, and then I'll do a smoked oyster. You get them like a little can of them at Trader Joe's and at Whole Foods. They're not expensive. I try to do it once a week. So a smoked oyster on a cracker, and then I do a little slice of organic pasture-raised cheddar cheese, and then I've been topping it with this chili crunch, it's like a little bit of a kick, but not too much. It comes to Trader Joe's, sells it, that chili crunch. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen. We don't have Trader Joe's here, so the last time I saw Trader Joe's was a long time ago.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. It is the most delightful little one bite snack ever. Oh my God. Amazing. It's so freaking good. And it's high in zinc and it's great. I mean, I think in my omega-3 fish oil supplement, these canned oysters have almost the same amount of omega-3s. Wow. Yes. So I love it as a snack. I do make it a priority to try to do it once a week. I try to have that snack once a week. And then I love having an Olipop and a Perfect Bar.
Oh,
That combination particularly, it just hits it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my
What
God.
do you snack?
Oh my God. This is my favorite time of the day, first of all.
I love a snack.
Oh my God. A snack time is my absolute favorite time of the day. And it depends on, sometimes I'm feeling a little munchy at this point in the day because it's like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. I've finished working. It's like my break time between then and work and when I'm going to do something fun, like go to dance or whatever. So
Yes.
like, again, it's like a real fun time for me. So we either do the snack plate, or if we're going to class and I need something like on the go, this is where I am a big fan of raisins. This is where the unsweetened raisins will come in, and I'll throw in some nuts. So it's just like a homemade like trail mix thing. And it's really helps me a lot keep my energy up. Like if I'm going to a workout class or to dance or something. So we might do that. I also sometimes just do, oh, you know what I've been doing lately? Have you heard of this? Have you seen this this butterboard trend?
I have, but I saw the butter board after I saw the cream cheese board and the frosting board and all of the other things that came from butterboard.
That came from it. Yeah. So I tried a cream cheese board over recently.
Oh my God.
So I'm in love. So I made this cream cheese board and then I will snack on that. And so I'm mostly dairy free. I'm playing around with reintroducing dairy right now, but I'm mostly dairy free. So the way that I made this board, for those of you who are dairy free, or you can make it with regular cream cheese, is with Kite Hill cream cheese, plain. Yep. And then to add more nutrients to it, I had it with veggies. I had it with like a higher fiber cracker instead of like bagels. I threw some smoked salmon on there. I threw herbs like dill on there. So and then I threw pomegranate seeds on that too for like more antioxidants. Oh, it was
she is fancy, guys. Nobody's throwing pomegranate seeds on something if they're not. First of all, period. Nobody throws pomegranate seeds on shit. Not Meg. I love that. Oh my God. Amazing.
Okay, so that's like a really fancy version, but I don't want people to feel like, oh my God, I have to have all these crazy things in my, like, no, it's not like that. So
right.
I also just love a plain old, like, what's it called? Ants on a log situation.
Yeah.
I love the celery with the nut butter, whatever I have in the house. Sometimes I'll throw raisins. Sometimes I'll have that with like real like grapes instead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Frozen grapes are a great summer snack that I love, and I'll have that with nuts or like sometimes I'll just do again. I don't love protein foods, so I keep boiled eggs are like
right. Hard-boiled eggs for Meg.
Yeah, so those are some of the things that I'll snack on, but it is my favorite time of the day.
Snack time is a great time of the day. It's like a treat, even though you're just doing what your body is asking you for, right?
I know. Mm-hmm.
But I love also, let's not skip over, an apple with peanut butter.
Oh, so good.
Oh my God, you can't beat it. Mm-hmm. Actually, strangely high fiber and simple and delicious and reminds you of being a kid. I love it.
Totally. A twist on that, when I need more calories, usually if I'm like thinking about going to dance or whatever, I'll do a version of that where I'm also gluten-free. So high fiber gluten-free toast is really tough to find. If you can find it, you do that, but I just do the best I can. Anyway, slice of toast with the peanut butter, and then I slice apples really thin and put the apples on that. And so sometimes I'll just do like one slice, and sometimes I'll make like a sandwich out of that.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's great. So again, like I just think we're always, all the things that we've talked about, there's always a fruit or a vegetable in there. There's always a protein of sorts in there. And we're being really conscious and intentional about where we're getting these things from. Like if it's a veggie burger, it's not like, not to shit on any brands that are out there, but like there are some that are better than others.
You want to look at the ingredient list, right?
Yeah,
How many different things are on that list? Do you recognize them or not? Like those are the two questions you could think about asking yourself, and that'll help guide you to the best choice, right, for you.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right, so we're past snack time. What are we doing for dinner over at
like
Kylie's place?
the least interesting part, because it's just more of the same. Dinner for us is always very simple. Normally, we have already batch cooked the veggies. They're done.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will often batch cook some form of potato or sweet potato or squash or rice or some starch.
Mm-hmm.
And not always.
Yeah.
But most of the time. Mm-hmm. And so I'll just pull out, like, for example, tonight we're going to do broccoli and cauliflower in the oven, already ready to go. And Brian batch cooked a bunch of baby potatoes with onions earlier in the week. We'll just warm that up. And then I defrosted some steak, and I'm going to cook that up tonight. That's awesome. It's going to take me 7 minutes to make dinner tonight, and we're going to have steak, potatoes, and veggies.
Amazing.
And so it'll be some version of that all the time.
Yeah.
That just seems to be what works the best for us. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll have that probably, for two of us, we'll probably have it at least twice.
Yeah.
So, like, I won't cook tomorrow night or whatever, right?
Yeah. Oh my God. That sounds perfect. Oh,
easy.
Yum. That's like Jason's favorite dinner, is steak and potatoes.
I know. I mean, it'll be chicken or fish or steak or pork chops or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then that's that. Yeah. Easy.
What
do you guys do?
We are huge fans of tacos. Like, we have tacos all the fucking time. All the fucking time. And the amazing thing about tacos is that not only are they just so freaking easy, but they are so versatile.
Yes.
And it's like, so yesterday we had, Jason made, it was ground turkey with beans. He put that together, and then I put together a slaw. So I just got like I think it was from Whole Foods. It was I don't have a julienne thing, and even if I did, I probably am too lazy to use it.
Wouldn't use it. Totally get that. Yeah.
So I bought it was like really thinly sliced broccoli and carrots. Like a slaw mix kind of.
Yes.
And I literally threw that in a bowl, put some apple cider vinegar in it, and a little bit of mayo, salt and pepper, and that was the slaw. Also, don't forget there's vegetables there too, right?
Yes.
So adding that, so on my taco, I'll do the meat mixture that Jason made, the slaw. Sometimes I'll make fresh pico de gallo to add more veggies on that. I will, of course, have my sauerkraut because I'm like a huge sauerkraut fan. I love sauerkraut. I will put sauerkraut on that. Oh my God, I put sauerkraut on everything. Everything. So we do that. And then usually we'll do, like, sometimes we'll do a salad with that. Sometimes we'll do rice and beans in the taco. Sometimes we'll do shrimp in the tacos. Sometimes he'll do whatever, and I'll just have like beans, again, like rice and beans or something. But they're just so versatile. So I love them. So we'll either do tacos or a bowl.
Yeah.
I love bowls too.
I love them. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say tacos are also such an easy way to get lots of protein and lots of fiber.
Yeah. And my favorite part about tacos, aside from them being versatile and easy, they're versatile within the realm of tacos, right? Like, you can have several different kind of tacos anytime you make it. But I just had this conversation with a client the other day where, like, you can take the proteins and the veggies that you make for a taco usually, and maybe the next night turn it into a stir fry, or the next night turn it into, like, I don't know, like a bowl of you can just do many things with those ingredients. It's just like, so if you're somebody who doesn't like to eat the same thing every day, but you don't want to be like recooking stuff, it's just, I wish more people, like, maybe I'm the only one who is like amazed by this, but
no. I think what you're saying is a life-saving situation, honestly. And I think the message here is cook more at once on purpose, and then you can reuse it. It doesn't mean that you have to eat the same meal. I'm a big fan of cooking parts of the meal separately in bulk, and then to your point, you can reuse them however you want. It doesn't have to be the same exact meal all week long, but
totally.
I put a different sauce on it and you've got a totally different dish. Totally.
When people say I got the sauce, that is the key. Like, to make meals as enticing and interesting, you can just change the sauce.
That's all you need to do.
Oh my God. Pesto,
you could put
romesco, hummus.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Coconut aminos or soy sauce over something totally different than, to your point, pesto, or you could put salsa on it. Or listen, I'm gonna tell you, I can't eat dry food. It actually, like dried eggs, I get nauseous. Like, I actually physically, I don't know why. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, ooh, gross.
Yeah.
But you put some hot sauce on it, totally different story. Totally different. And or so relish. if you're in this like mindset, get yourself a couple fun condiments or toppings, whatever it is, and go to town.
Yeah, that's a good area to think about quality too. Like, what are your favorite brands for quality condiments that you like?
Primal Kitchen.
I was going to say Primal Kitchen.
I hate to say it because they are a little pricier. I'm going to be honest, they're a little pricier. Yeah. But oh man, they are.
But the thing is, they last though. Like, condiments aren't something you're using in large amounts that you need to buy every week, except if you're Jason and me and we're talking about hummus. We go through fucking things of hummus every week. Oh my God. But that's a different story. Exactly.
Well, I think that can be a game changer. Yeah, totally. It's definitely a meal changer.
Oh my God. And I like to make my own sauces, but it does get labor intensive sometimes. So, like, you know, I love my food processor because it makes making things like pesto and romesco so easy, and those are my favorite sauces to add to things. But I mean, you can buy those if you go to the fancy aisle where the fancy olives are and pick out.
Yeah. Or like start with that, and then if you really find one that you love, like Google it, find a good recipe, and that'll
give
be
it
that. So give it a goog. Oh my God. Oh man.
Okay, so dessert. Are we doing dessert? Is this what we're?
Yeah, for sure. All right, I'm gonna go two directions here. We end up unfortunately eating quite late, and so there isn't always time. Yeah. But I love that whipped cream recipe I was telling you earlier, and berries. You just love it. Or I'll dip gluten-free pretzels in it, and it's just like sweet, savory, freaking delicious. So good.
Yum.
But also, like, ice cream just you don't get better.
I was just going to say ice cream.
Ice cream and milkshakes. I don't do it often because I don't actually feel good for doing it. But good God, it is like, I had to be honest about it.
Yeah, of course.
That's probably my favorite. I also love popcorn. I love
popcorn.
I love shitty microwavable popcorn. Like, probably eating plastics from the bag. God knows what the ingredients are. No. I love it.
Oh, yeah. It makes me sick.
Of course it does.
I can't handle that.
I completely understand. Yeah, it's of course, but I love it.
But popcorn's a great dessert, though. Great dessert, and also, like, I think you could consider that pretty nutrient dense too, because it's very high in fiber.
Yeah, I think people have a tricky time with corn, even if they don't know they have a tricky time with corn.
Totally.
And I don't recommend buying like Orville's.
No.
Like, I don't recommend
it yourself. It's really easy.
You can pop it yourself, or you could buy already popped bags of popcorn that are made with avocado oil. Yeah. Delicious.
No added ingredients. One time I stove popped. It wasn't one time. It was several times because I enjoyed it very much. we popped some popcorn on the stove, and I just added a little olive oil, salt, pepper, and like paprika and a little bit of chili powder, and it was so good. It was so good. Yeah,
that sounds amazing.
And
I'm
so
going to
easy.
tell you a story about on the stove popcorn. Do you remember when I don't know if they still sell them, but they would sell them in the grocery store. They would hang, and they came in these already, like, there's a handle and like a little foil thing with popcorn in it, and you like put it on the stove, right?
Yeah.
We had, I don't know, actually, was it a version of that? No, we just had like a jar of rainbow colored popcorn kernels.
Oh my God.
My dad would make us popcorn, rainbow colored pop. Now, like, the corn would pop white, but the inside you could see the kernel.
Oh my God.
And he would pop it for us on the stove when we were little. Oh my God, I can still picture right where I was. And one of those hot fucking kernels flew out and nailed me in the arm when I was like 6. And I remember being so confused because I had never felt that sort of pain in my life.
Oh my God.
And it's like it's like 2 seconds of hurt, but it surprised me and hurt all at the same time. But my dad was doing this loving thing, like the confliction of emotions. I can still feel it. Oh my God. I can remember how I was so crushed.
Oh my God. That's so don't do that.
Don't do that. Or just stand back from the stove as children.
I'm picturing you in a hazmat suit the next time you pop popcorn on a stove.
I know. Oh my God. I wonder if my sisters remember that. Those little jars. God only knows why they were colorful.
Who cares? That's amazing.
No business.
I want some rainbow colored popcorn kernels. Are you kidding?
I'm gonna look this up. Rainbow popcorn.
Oh my God.
What do you do?
I enjoy just a few squares of dark chocolate sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like you. I because I'm not really hungry when I get back from I pretty much go to dance like almost every day. So that's why this is such a common theme in my meal spacing.
This is good.
Yeah, but I often get back late. So I don't necessarily, I'm not really hungry when I come back. But if I need like a quick something, I will also do, like, I can't do regular cow's milk, so I'll do like soy milk, or I really like the unsweetened original pea milk from Ripple, the Ripple brand. But don't get confused, because they have like a new thing that's just original, and that's got like a bunch of shit in it for some reason. So it has to, yeah, I'm a little disappointed in that. But the original unsweetened is not terrible. So I'll do that, or I'll do there's another like flax milk that has like added pea protein in it or something. I don't love the ingredients, but in a bind, if I have to change it around, I'll do that. So anyway, a little cup of that, and I'll just mix in some cocoa powder or some cacao powder, and so I'll make a little like chocolate milk thing, or I'll do dark chocolate. Or another dietitian has this recipe that I haven't tried yet, but I've been wanting to. You might have been, maybe it was a guest of ours, I don't know. But she does she was describing melting frozen berries and mixing it with chia seeds to make like a jam kind of thing. And then like having that with like crackers or something.
Oh my gosh.
It sounds so good. So I want to add that to my list of fun desserts that I want to do.
That sounds really yummy. Yes.
And so high fiber and like really healthy. So
great.
Yeah, we love that stuff.
Oh gosh, guys, I hope that this was helpful. I mean, honestly, this was like what do Meg and I eat in a day? You couldn't care less. But I do want to remind you that the point is that, we're dietitians. We're passing on the foundational pieces that kind of we're weaving throughout every single one of our guests' recommendations. Getting enough fiber, getting enough protein, and I hate even saying that, but I would hate to put a specific number on you and make you feel crazy about it. If you're really concerned, you'll find the right person to work with, and they can help you set those specific goals. But I would say making sure that there's a protein and some fiber or fat in every single meal and snack. And you're going to be in a good spot. So please make sure that you're putting questions on this episode if you have them, or please reach out to Meg or I. We're happy to help, give inspiration, or answer questions.
That reminds me of, was it Lacey? One of our very first episodes, PFF, protein, fat, and fiber. Remember?
Low. That was low. Yes, I still use that.
Low. Yeah, of course.
One of my clients was just talking about that.
Yeah. So we wanted to, and also I don't think either of us are saying that like our diets are like the glory behold. No, like we've said several times in this episode that they are not perfect, nor should they be. But we just wanted to give you an idea of like how we are real people and real people have things to do.
Yeah.
And some easy ways, hopefully, that you'll find this to be really helpful and be able to let you incorporate a lot of the things that we've been talking about for the past several episodes as far as diet goes. So we hope you loved it.
Oh, all right. Well, Meg, I love you.
I love you too. We'll see you next week. Oh, next week is our Halloween episode.
Oh.
Spookies. Are you a spooky bitch?
I'm the least spooky bitch.
You're the least?
Ever.
Oh boy. Can you, what on the scale of 1 to 10, what level of spooky do you think I am?
17. I mean, at like baseline. At baseline. Today you have coffee. 37.
37. I have never felt more seen. Thank you so much for that. So
when we record next week, can you wear fishnets but somehow stand while we record so that all we can see are your legs?
I might just wear fish. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
Wait, you're like fishnets as if they only have to be on my legs. Why are you so confused? That's exactly what you just did. Yes, I know. I saw it.
I was thinking.
You literally were like, what? I could sit with fishnets. You went, but fishnets.
You know why? Because I was trying on different costume ideas for a show that I have coming up the other day, and I had fishnet on my arm on one side, and then I tried it on like over just one leg. I was like doing all kinds of crazy shit with the fishnet. So that's why I was like, wait a minute.
I knew it. I saw it in your eyes. I was like, I see what I've done. This was my mistake. I'm so sorry.
But to answer your question, I think we should definitely dress up for our episode, Halloween episode.
Oh my God. You're going to have to mail me half your closet. Just a few options, you know? Bye.